Now let us see some. I will just give you some overview of volumes now. How the volumes are created. On the first day, I have shown you how to bring some volume in your filter. Under properties, if you go to named space, okay, for creating the volumes also, I have created a subfolder for you, space folder. In this only, I am going to rename by your names. In this only, you are going to place the volumes also. Okay. By chance, if I miss to rename them, you remind me to rename after the session. Okay. So any volumes created on the first day, I told you, you can bring to your workspace from using this named space tab. Okay. Under the named space, you can say this is one type of volume, this is one more type of volume, like this. There are different type of volumes available. I will select randomly one volume and then click OK. Or normally I used to show with okay. I will take some other volume. A volume is 01 which I shown you earlier. This is the volume. Okay. Volumes look like this. So here right now it is not covering this one. But whenever you create a volume for generating a drawing for particular area, you have to cover it properly. Okay, by defining the lower and higher points. Okay, this is in isometric view. In this view, this point is lower easting northing elevation point, and this point is higher easting northing elevation point. And you are going to define these 2 points to cover the contents for which you want to generate a drawing. Okay. So now how these volumes are created. So I will give some overview of volume creation. Any type of volume are created from task space management. Okay. I will switch to space management task now. Okay. Under space management. Okay. Now I will take some folder for myself. Okay. Okay. Like this, I am going to rename all the space folders also for you. Okay. Within training underscore piping, B2 stands for batch 2. So this is piping teams batch 2 training going on. Okay. So any type of volumes within Sp3d will be modeled using task space management. Once you switch to space management task, you can see the structure available, toolbars available for this task here. And locate drop down also will be set as per this toolbar. Okay. Now we will go through some tasks here, some tools here. So first tool available is create space folder. Create space folder. You can select anywhere and you can click on create space folder. Okay. This is for organizing your volumes. There are different type of volumes modeled in Sp3d. Okay, we are going through now. So To organize your volumes, you have to create some space folders similar to you are creating folder in your Windows Explorer to organize your files separately. Like that you consider to organize different volumes, you are going to create different space folders. Okay, that is first option, create space folder. I have already activated it by selecting the top node. It is telling parent. When I selected and activated it, it's already taken the parent name here, training piping B2, and then now it is asking for a name. Already in the name tab, cursor is highlighted, so you can give some name as you require. Say batch 2. Okay, you can create batch 2. Okay, and you are still within the command. Okay, until you exit the command, you are still within the command. If you have to create multiple folders, space folders, multiple space folder, you can go on creating as it is. Now this time I will change the parent. Batch 2 I have created, I can change the parent and then create another folder, access. So which will be used, you have to click finish. Like this you go on creating multiple folders, space folders in your hierarchy as per your requirement. Okay. Normally in the live projects, all the required space folders will be available for you. Okay. For the consistency of the project within any units or within any disciplines, all the space folders will be already created by admins. Okay. Required access folder or escape routes folder, everything will be available. You have to just create the volumes within them now. Okay. So I am just showing you how to create space folders. So like this, you can go on creating the space folders and then to exit the command, you can select here. Now you are out of command. Okay. So this one I have created just for demo purpose. I am going to delete it now. In the live project, you can say there will be multiple space folders available. Say this is your unit. Within this, X for modeling access volumes, there will be a folder. For modeling escape routes, there will be a folder. For modeling drawing volumes, there will be a folder available. Okay. So maybe, okay, in the live project, you might have seen in the review files, there will be escape routes, access volumes modeled available. So for Sp3d projects, they will be modeled using this task, space management. Okay. We will create one volume now. Okay, we have seen how to create a space folder. We will create a volume now. Second tool available is place volume by 2 point. Mostly you will be using this command only for placement of volumes. There are other type of volumes placement available. If anything required later, you can just experiment with them. Mostly you will be creating the volume using this place volume by 2 point command. Okay. So this time I will select, okay, let us consider it is asking for refreshing. Okay. Anybody practicing along with me? It is telling some update happened. You cannot modify or something like that. It is showing. I don't know if anybody is working along with me. Nobody is working.
No, sir, we are not working, I think so.
Okay. I have to exit once and then enter. It's not allowing me to select it. Sorry. Okay. Now let us continue. It's working fine now. It's not showing any error. We have created the required space folder using this create space folder option. Now we need to create the volumes within it. Okay. It's similar to equipment. It's always better to select the parent folder and then start creating volumes. Okay. As I told, we are going to use this one mostly for placement of volumes. At first, you assume that we need to create some access volumes. Select this and then click on create volume. Place volume by 2 points. Okay. Once you activate this command for volume creation, one palette will open. Okay. Here, first thing you have to do is you have to give some name. Okay. Normally, for any access or escape volumes, it is always better if the project Sp3d manual says to go with some name rules. You can proceed with certain name rules defined in the project, or else you can give some relevant names manually if you want. Otherwise, okay, let us give manually one, say access volume. Okay, access volume 1, like that we will give. You have to input some name, and after that you have to select a type of volume. Okay, you have to go to more. This is your volume type. There are different types of volume defined in the catalog. Okay, you have to select respective type as per your requirement, and all the volumes will be modeled using the same command, but depending upon the type of volume you are selecting, the behavior of the volumes will change. Okay, so let us see what type of volumes available in this project. This is a delivered project. In this, delivered means as it is from intergraph uh, delivered. So in this, what type of volumes are available? Say there under zone types, there are some hazardous atmosphere zone. Like in the plant, if you want to reserve a area showing that there is it's a hazardous area, you can place a volume using this type. Okay. Under this type also there are multiple volume types available. This is a broad classification. In this also there are different types. This is called as part number and this is its description. Based on the description, you can select what type you want. Okay. Even some classification is there. Based on the part description and classification, you can go for selecting your required type of volume. Okay. So some zones, pipe avoidance, pipe attraction. Some zones are created for pipe rack if you want to reserve some space. Before modeling, if you want to reserve some space for pipe rack, you can select, put a volume there so that later you come back and create the pipe rack. Okay. And then interference volumes. Under areas, some support areas is available. I don't know means how it is used. Okay. This is like for tank farm area. If you want to reserve some area, you can reserve. These are
Sorry,
all.
found out here. See,
Uh,
if I say sometimes if zone you are giving, no, if I'm zone wrongly modeled, we can able to move that from Sp3d. We can put in PDMS. We put include command which goes to wherever we want. Like this, we can be able to do it here.
you can change it. No problem. You can, here also you can do it.
Which command
Okay.
I need to use it here?
I will show you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Let us place volumes and after that I will show you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
So like this, there are multiple type of volumes available. Okay. And you have to select some particular type of volume. Okay. As per your requirement. So here to reserve some tank farm, waste treatment. I think these are all you can use. Okay. When it is in a preliminary stage and you want to reserve some space for a tank farm, you can just put a volume there and reserve it. Okay. Later, once the tank farm is modeled, you may need to delete the volume by which you have reserved. So something like that. And other volumes we will see. You can say some interference volumes available here. So under interference volumes, what all types available? Okay. So here it is piping obstruction, equipment obstruction, some roadway. For roadway, you can reserve by using this type, and miscellaneous is available. In the live projects, you will have volumes with part description, say accessway volumes, escape routes. With these names in the live volumes, administrators will customize different accessway volumes and escape routes also. And you have to select that particular type of volume within the live projects. Okay. Here you just assume that piping obstruction. This is your access volume. You just assume here this first one is the access volume type. Select the access volume type and then click OK. So you have activated the command. You input some name. You have selected the volume type, access volume. You assume that it's access volume. Okay, here it has not respected the space folder we have selected. So in that case, you have to go to more, and even after placement, you can select the volume and you can change the hierarchy from here only. This is the answer for the question just now asked. After placement of volume also, you can change it space folder where you want to place. Okay. Right now, I will take it to access volume, or else this is the access volume, but by mistake you have modeled in escape route. You consider now. Okay. Then randomly, right now randomly I am going to create some volume. How to create exactly using pinpoint that you can see later. So you will place first point. Okay, it was asking for the first point for the volume. You have defined the name, type of volume, space folder you have defined, and after that you placed first point. Now it's asking for second point. Always make sure first point is your lower easting northing elevation, and second point do not come back. Second point should be higher easting northing elevation. You will be able to select from back side also, that is negative northing or negative easting also you will be able to select, but you go by higher point only, all positive easting northing elevation. Okay, so randomly here I have placed second point, and now my volume is placed. Okay, this is the volume placed. You just assume that it's a access volume type you have selected, and it is placed now. Okay, so to answer to your question, now by mistake you modeled it in escape route folder instead of access volumes. You can come back here, select the volume after placement, come back here, go to more. You can select the required folder. It will move there. Is it clear?
Here,
Hello?
right? Yeah, it's
Yes?
moving from here to that. We can put more, select here a volume, then we can go here more and put it the wherever we want.
It
Correct,
is
right?
not only for, yes, yes. It is not only for volumes. It is the
Okay.
space folder or system. If you model anything, any piping, anything,
Okay.
for them, you are able to change the systems. Okay. Anything you can move from any system to any other system, any space folder to any space folder within the project. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You can always do that after modeling.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So we have placed our first volume. Any doubts in this? Okay. We will proceed then. Now, second volume, say we have to model a escape route. Now, for escape route, now you can take another volume. Okay. And then you put manually, you can put escape route. For this, you have to change the type. You assume that as of now in this project, it is not there. You assume that this is your escape route type. Okay, here part description is escape route. You have to select escape route type here, click OK, and then you have to change the space folder. Already earlier selected space folder is available for you for your selection quickly. Otherwise, you have to go to more and then select your space folder. Then you place your volume. It's asking for first point. Similar to this, give us first point lower easting northing, give a second point higher easting northing elevation, and then it is ready. Okay. So exactly how to place, let us see later. This is how you will place volumes, different type of volumes. And now after placing, Right now we have input the name. What if there are thousands of volumes you are modeling in a live project for excess volumes or escape routes? At that time, naming manually may not be feasible. Or if your manual says to use some specific name rule, you have to use. Otherwise, if there is no specific name rule given, you should make sure that you are giving some relevant names for your volumes. So if there is a access folder, okay, in the training I will show you how to use some name rule by which it will take some relevant name. So after placement, you can go to its properties. You can right click and go to properties also. And name rule, there is this one we have key in manually. There is something next option is name rule. You can go to description rule and then apply. So the volume type is piping obstruction. So this is the volume type description for this volume type is piping obstruction. If I go by description rule, then it will automatically take it as piping obstruction. It will take this name and then -1 -0021. So maybe up to 0020 somewhere they are used. It is giving you next number here. Okay. And if you place another piping obstruction volume here in this, it will take as 0022. Like this, it will go on creating the names. So with this, they will have unique names and you can modify them separately. Okay. And we will see one more name rule, space rule. This is more relevant for you. If you apply space rule, you just notice it has modified to access-1-0031. Access. This access is the parent name it is taking, in which it is modeled. It will take the parent name and then it will take -1-0031. It will go in sequence. Next one will be 003233. Like that, it will go on creating the next obstruction volumes within this folder. Okay. But if you create some other temporary obstruction also within this folder, that also will be named as per the parent name only. It will not take some other name. As per parent only, it will take the name. Okay. So if you want to change the type of volume, you can change here in the properties. You can change from here. Otherwise, if it is not available, if you have not used recently, you have to use more and then you will be given with the same options I have shown you earlier. You have to select required type. So this is a excess volume, you can say. Apply. Piping obstruction, apply. Okay. Okay. So this is how. This one also, for us, it will be better to go by name rule, space name rule. Okay, space rule. So utilize the name rules like the space name rule. Utilize it so that if there is any specific naming is not defined for the project, you utilize this space rules so that unique escape routes, unique escape routes one by one in sequence, they will be automatically named by themselves as per the parent name. Okay. Otherwise, if you go on keying in for thousands of names, it is not feasible. Try to utilize the name rule. Okay. That you can utilize during creation of volume also. You no need to utilize it after creating the volume. You can start it and then here we have given a name here, we have selected type and we have selected a space folder here. First one is the property. For that you can use property at the beginning itself. You can use the space rule and then click OK. Only you use space rule and then click OK. After that you select modeled using task space management and you are going to use the same volume command, but volume type you will change as per your requirement. Okay, you are still within the same command. Once you create one volume, you are still within the same command, similar to creating space folder. You can go on creating multiple volumes, as many volumes as you want. Okay, by giving them different names. Okay, any doubts till now? Okay, then let us proceed. So here we have seen different type of volumes, and one more thing is these volume types for WBS split WBS area reservation also we use volumes, different volumes. Okay, volume type we will select there as for that we will select different type of volume. Administrators will create the split WBS volumes, and based on the modeling, if you are modeling within some particular volume, based on that, it from using the rule checkers automatically say this is a WBS volume. There will be, okay, there will be bigger one in the projects as per the area. Within this portion, if you model anything overnight, some piping you routed within this. Then what happens overnight? Some rule checkers will be run. Okay, they are called as rule checkers. RCS process, rule checker process will be run overnight, and whatever new contents modeled on that day, it will try to process and assign to the WBS volumes. Based on that assignment, WBS items will be created. On the first day, if you remember, filter definition, I have shown you isometrics are created by WBS items. And those WBS, say this is one isometric WBS, and a piping is modeled within this WBS volume. After that, overnight when the rule checker process will run, it will check for the new pipelines modeled today and then assign the volume name for it. Once the volume name is assigned, the backend rule checker process will automatically create a WBS item for this piping. It will create a isometric WBS here and then assign all the objects. They are piping parts actually. The assignment is by piping part. Okay. Say okay, I will not switch. Just by all, I will select some part. Okay. Pipe is a piping part. Okay. Say that, assume that there is a WBS volume here and we have modeled this piping today. And during modeling, you will give only pipeline names for it. Okay. So a pipeline name, training 10 PB is the pipeline name you have given for this. And after that, you are going to break your sheets. Okay. You may assign isometric sheet number you are going to input for within the lines. If it is a long, if it is a large pipeline, or if it is passing from one area to another area, you are going to give the isometric names separately. Say for this portion, from this part to this part, by piping part, you are going to give the isometric sheet numbers. Say this is 01, apply. This is also, let it be also 01. Sorry. Okay, isometric sheet number property. 01 sheet, apply. And this, let it be 02 now. You have modeled piping and you have to assign a property, which is isometric sheet number property. Please note down, you are going to create a pipeline within which after routing for the piping parts in the WBS projects, for the piping parts you will assign the isometric sheet number. Okay. Then back end rule checker will process, and if it is within split WBS, say split WBS in the project like Dukum and all, split WBS names are 02001 and 02002. Like this split WBS names are there. Then for this pipeline, within this, if it is modeled within 02001 volume we have created for WBS, then automatically it will assign that volume name first. Okay. There will be additional property available within the project for parts. It will be volume, and volume will be assigned to 02001. After that, there will be a under WBS tab, there will be 02001 WBS item will be there. Within that, one isometric will be created. For that also naming will be, say right now isometric name is TRAIN 10-P. Okay, that is your isometric name. Then sheet number you have given is 01. Okay, this is your pipeline name in which you have routed, and for the part you have seen just now we have assigned a sheet number 0102. Okay, after that automatically it will take a sheet number 01 here, and with this name ISO will be created. ISO WBS with this name will be created in the back end by the rule checker. This is your pipeline name, and sheet number you have assigned in the part. For the part you assigned sheet number 01, and it is modeled within this WBS. Okay. After that, overnight rule checker will process within this WBS or volume as of now. Volume. Within this volume 2001, it is modeled. Then the line number is this one. Part number you have assigned as 0102. Okay, you can say two sheets you have created. 02 also you assigned. At that time, overnight ISO WBS will be created in WBS tabs. There will be a 02001 WBS tab available under WBS, and under that ISO WBS will be automatically created with these names like this. Overnight they will be created automatically. You need not to create anything. WBS will be automatically created. Okay. Sometimes after modification, if you need to immediately take an isometric with the updates, at that time interactive rule checkers. Overnight what it is scheduled is rule checker, normal rule checker that is set up by administrators, which will run on the whole project, and every night it will try to fetch what are the items modeled for today, and it will assign some WBS names, and it will create the ISO WBS items within the WBS tab. Okay, they go on creating the new WBS items within isometric tabs, ISO WBS, and later you are going to update the isometrics in task drawings and reports. You are going to update the isometrics later. Okay, this is a small overview about how the isometric WBS are created and how you are going to update isometrics. Okay, I'll just minimize this and I will go back to. Okay, when I was trying to explain you about WBS type of volumes, we assign some separate volume type for them, based on which rule checker will process and they will create the ISO WBS items. Okay, at the back end. So next day you are able to update the isometrics for them once the rule checker are set up. So I'll get back. I was explaining different type of volumes. We have created multiple type of volumes now. Okay. Even some, if any maintenance volume required, maybe for maintenance type, some different volume type will be available. Okay. You can select the maintenance type of volume for them, and maybe a separate subfolder will be available for maintenance. You can model within them. Okay. So till now we have seen different type of volumes. Now we will place a drawing volume. Drawing volume also similar to this. Okay. For creating drawing volume, I will just define my workspace with something else. Systems. Here we have not created much piping, so creating a drawing for this system is not going to be much useful. There is some existing piping and equipment available. We will create drawing for them. Okay. So in this unit, there are some equipment and piping available. Let us say we will go to these exchangers. Okay, there are two exchangers here. Let us create a drawing for this. You assume that you have to create a drawing for this two exchangers along with piping, or we will generate a equipment layout and we will generate a piping GID also, both. Okay. So for this purpose, how you are going to define your volume? Now we will create volume at with specific points. Okay, instead of random. We will activate pinpoint and then let global be. Let it be global. Activated. So you can see the coordinates over here, 22, 466. You can see the coordinates here, 25. Okay, lower, easting, northing and all you have to check for this volume. Okay. So we will start modeling the volume for this. Okay. And we are going to model the drawing volume. For creating the drawings, you have to use volume type. Okay, I will say name. Let us take by space rule. Okay, let us take the name by space rule. I have selected space rule. Okay, and then go to type of volume now. Under type of volume, you have seen different type of volumes here. Mostly you are going to use from interference volumes. Now we will see drawing volume. Okay. All disciplines, piping, civil, EIT, all teams are going to create volumes using this type of volume. Okay. You have to use this under drawing volumes, you have to select this part. Part description is drawing volume. Click OK. Now, if you come near to this, you can just check its easting, northing elevation. Okay. In the top pinpoint bar, you can see the easting, northing elevation. Okay. So I will press F6 to input easting. This is 22,466. So to cover this and cover some extra space, first point, as I told you, it should be. Now it is asking you for enter first point. So as I told you, it should be always lower easting, lower northing, lower elevation. Okay. So this easting, to cover this exchanger plus piping fully, I have to reduce easting value from 20 to 466. I will reduce to 22 meter. And maybe that will cover the required point. Northing. Okay. So F6, I will put 22 meter. Northing, it is showing 2345. So I will take F7, 20 meter. I have to give little lesser value so that it will cover within this. Minus 683. So instead minus 1000 I will take. That is minus 1 meter I will take. So now first point is fixed here. Okay. You go anywhere. Now all your values are locked here. Except this point. With left click, you accept this point. Now it's asking for second point. So second point, I will stay here and see what are its coordinates. So similar to first point, I have to give some additional values for easting, northing, elevation. So F6, with F6, I came to easting. There I will input 25 meters. It is 24 something. If I input 25, that will cover my volume. And then northing F7, that also I will put 25 meter. And then elevation, let it be 4000. It become 40,000. Okay. So I have input my higher point also. If I come to graphic view, I can see a box is already prepared and it looks like it is covering the, okay, it's not covering. In plan view, you can see it's not covering the contents. Okay. So in that case, okay, let us finish this command. With this, we will see how to modify the volumes also. As it is, I will accept the second volume point also. The point is already highlighted. I will accept this point with left key. No value for name. Please enter a name. Okay. For drawing volumes, it's asking for a name. It's not taking the space rule for drawing volume. Okay. So let us apply default name. Apply. Okay. Once we apply the name rule, it has created the volume here. Okay. If you see, observe earlier created volumes are with different color and now this volume is in different color. So under space, okay, it is right now it is created directly under access folder which we have selected earlier. Okay, where are these volumes we have created earlier? Okay, these are somewhere here. The volumes we created earlier are here. And we have not selected the space folder properly for this. We are going to select the volume. First, we will move this in drawing space folder. Okay. Select the volume. Go to the space folder of more option. You move it to drawing volume first. Okay. By default name rule, it has taken the name drawing -1-001. Earlier it was access -1-001. Okay. Now it has, once we moved here with default name rule, it has taken the name with drawing. Okay. Okay. One more thing you observe when it comes to drawing volume, type once the drawing volume is created, you cannot change the type to any other type of volume. Okay, it is fixed once it is created. If there is any change, you have to delete and replace. Other type of volumes, if I select other type of volume, type you can change. Okay, by going to property, or you can change from here also. But drawing volume is grayed out. That means you cannot change the drawing volume type to any other type. Other types can be changed back to drawing type if you want. Okay. Now we have created a volume. As you have seen, if I go to top view, it's not covering the required contents fully. Okay. How to modify this now to cover this after placement? So after placement, when you select any volume, this is your toolbar for related to volume. Here property, after property, second tool available is volume point 1. Volume point 1 is your lower easting northing elevation point, which is the first point you selected. So first point we selected here, which is for lower easting northing elevation, that is your volume point 1. So to modify it to cover the contents, exchanger contents, you have to click here volume point 1. Now you are allowed to modify this point. Second point is fixed, first point is moving here and there. And let us go in top view and see 21500. Maybe easting 21500 will work for us. F6 21500. Okay. And northing by, you can see in the top. So 19 meter should work for us. F7 19 meter I will put northing value. And elevation, I will go to front view for elevation. Elevation, whatever we already entered looks good for us. So F8 minus 1 meter. Now all three values I have input again and then accept it. Okay. So if you go back to top view, you can see it is covering the exchangers. Similar way, now on the other side, volume point 2 is available. You have to click and now you will be able to modify it, volume point 2. So F6 easting, that is 24. In the plan view, I'll see. It will be better to see in the plan view. It's 25. So I will put 25,500 or 26. Let us go with 26 round figure. And F7. F7 also I will go with 26 meter. F8 elevation. View, I will see whether elevation also need to be changed in the front view. Okay, elevation is already covering. Okay, F8 4 meter. I'll go. Okay, I have accepted that point. So I have modified to cover the contents of this. Okay, one more time, F7, sorry, volume point 1. So after placement of volume, you can modify your volume like this. Okay, by using the placement points, point 1, point 2. Okay, any doubts here? How to modify the volume after placement? Okay, then let us proceed further. So this is one way of modifying your volume. Okay, there is one more way to modify your volume. This option we have seen, volume point 1, volume point 2 we have seen. One more way is handles. Okay, after selecting the volume, this is a third option available for us is handles. Activate this handles. Right now you can see the volume lines, all volume lines are turned into dotted lines. Okay, when you activate this handle, at that time you can come near any face. There are 6 faces for this volume. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides and then top and bottom. 4 plus 2, 6. There are 6 faces available for the volume. You can come near to any face and then you can drag it. Say towards east, I will come. You can see from dotted, it turned into full lines. Other sides, you can see all are in dotted line. Okay, whatever face it is selecting, it will turn into full line. I come here, it is showing full line. One question mark appears because in this location you can select 2 faces, not only one face. One is towards west and one more is bottom. Once the question mark appears, you can just left click, select first one. It is selecting this east west face. First one selecting west face, which is showing in full lines now. Bottom one is, you can just observe now, bottom one is shown in dotted line. Now you go to second plane. Now bottom plane is selected, that is showing in full line, and west face is showing in dotted line now. That means whatever plane showing in full lines is selected. If you select that plane, say west face I will select, and then you can observe in top view. Once you select west face, you can just modify it wherever you want. Even using pinpoint, you can input the value for it here. North and elevation are fixed, only plane is moving. In that case, only easting you can change now for this. Okay, like this, you are able to, by handles option, you are able to select any face out of 6 and then modify it wherever you want. Okay, you can key in the value in pinpoint bar also. Okay, I will come out of this command by selecting without any modification. Okay, so select again. You can go for handles option. If you select top, so sorry, it has selected the north face. So north face now, you can select anywhere you want. You can key in also value if you want to modify. These are all absolute coordinates. Okay, as per global. Or if you activated any particular coordinate system, these values will be according to the particular coordinate system you have activated. By selecting a coordinate system and then clicking on set target to origin, the respective coordinate system will be active and then the values will be according to that you have to input. Okay, clear about placement of volume and modifying the volumes? Any doubts here till now? No doubts? Okay, let us proceed. So we have seen multiple type of volumes we have seen now, and then how to arrange them in separate space folders we have seen, and then Naming we have seen how it will affect by space rule. Okay. For drawings, normally you key in the drawing name, volume names actually. That is because volume names, what you are creating, always should match with the drawing names. Because whenever you are creating a drawing, you have to tell the drawing which volume it is going to be associated with. For that purpose, if a GAD should be named, say, if the GAD drawing, if your piping drawing should be named, say 400 unit and piping GA P001. If your GAD should be named like this, as per your say project naming philosophy, if your GAD should be named like this, in that case, you can just you have to input the same drawing name here. 400 piping 001. Okay. So drawing volumes, please note that instead of using any name rule, you try to give it a name of drawing itself which you are going to create. Okay. So that when you come back to 3D for associating the volume, you will come to know, okay, this is my 400 unit, this is your 400 unit, within which drawing folder is there. In this, you say first drawing when you are creating 400P001, you will come to know you have to browse to this volume and then associate with that drawing. Okay. For that purpose, always drawing volume name should match with the drawing names. Okay. Now, further, we will move further. So, to create drawings, okay, we will proceed further for create drawings. As of now, we have covered the volume placement part, volume overview we have seen. If there are no doubts, then we can have a small break here. Any doubts here about placement of volumes, modification of volumes? Okay, then let us have a small break. It is 11:25 now. Please, all of you assemble back at 11:40. Okay. Hello. Hello. All of you, please assemble back at 11:40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.